Hi, Math 100 Online. This is your instructor, Dr. Thomas again. And so this video is going to explain all of the details of the syllabus. So here's how you get to the syllabus. There's a tab to your left under Guidance and Objectives. You should click that and then go to the attachment eCollege Syllabus Math 100. A description of the course. It is a distance education online course. So again, keep in mind that this class does not meet physically anywhere. It's totally online. So you would never have to meet at a certain location unless it's an optional tutoring meetings. As a class, you could always meet up with your classmates if you wanted to create a study group. I actually would encourage you to form study groups with your classmates in order to study for the midterm and final exams. This is a 3-credit-hour course. Although this class is a 3-credit-hour course, the minimum number of hours recommended to be successful in the course is 10 hours per week. This class takes a lot of time and a lot of dedication. So especially if you are someone who self-professes that you struggle in math, you will probably have to spend more than 10 hours per week. So I normally recommend the online course for students who tend to think of themselves as good in math and for some reason they were placed in Math 100 and they wanted to sort of just, go through the motions of taking the class to get that credit. So those are usually the typical student I would recommend Math 100 for. Okay, class meeting dates, times, locations. The administration normally assigns a day and a time for the Math 100 online, or really all the online courses. They set up a time and a day for the course. For example, let me show you an example of what you may see. And you say, well, it says that the class meets on Tuesday at 1, or it meets at Friday at 2, but notice it says AM. So the administration had to assign a day and a time. We do not actually meet at 1 o'clock AM. Of course you knew that, but just in case someone thought we actually met at 1 o'clock AM. No, we do not. But they did, for whatever reason, administrative purposes, they had to set a day and a time for that particular class. Here's my information. I'm primarily on the Bessemer campus, office A255B, and here's my number, 205-929-3443. It's best to email me at sthomas@lawsonstate.edu whenever you are faced with a challenge, or you have questions about something that you try to figure it out but you still can't figure it out. You can always email me. Make sure that you activate your Lawson State Community College email account, student email account. Make sure you activate that. For example, if I send you an email the first week of class and that email is not activated, how are you going to receive my message? If I'm sending that to you, and normally as instructors we can send a message to students through their email account through Blackboard, and if you don't have that account set up, that email message will bounce back and you won't receive it. So make sure you set that up, not just for my class but all of your classes. Alright, this course provides a study of algebraic techniques such as polynomials, factoring, rational expressions and equations, radical expressions, quadratic equations, graphing of lines, and an introduction to functions. So if you are already familiar with those things, wonderful. This course would probably be a breeze for you. but just keep in mind there is work to be done every week. No makeup is allowed in this course. All your work must be completed by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Again, no makeup work is allowed in this course. So let's say, for example, the first week, you sort of forgot about the online course. Well, you get zeros for those assignments. You just pick back up on the next week. So no makeup work is allowed. But if for example, you have some type of extenuating circumstance, you're in the military, you had to leave for a week or so, you need to email me that information prior to, way in advance, so that I'll know what's going on, and I can we can schedule how you can get that work completed and get credit for that work. Book, getting a hard copy of the book is optional. You decide whether you want the hard copy. However, you do need to purchase WebAssign, which is a flexible and fully customizable online homework and grading system. WebAssign is where I assign your homework, and some of your quizzes are on WebAssign. So purchasing WebAssign is mandatory for this course. It's approximately $85. So just keep that in mind. You probably need to get that as soon as possible. Definitely by the second week. WebAssign gives you a little wiggle room. They give you so many days free, but normally less than 2 weeks. So you want to make sure you have enough money by that second week to purchase WebAssign so that you will have access to your ebook. Now, WebAssign will give you a free trial period. You can try that option of the free trial period. Once you click on the option for the free trial period, you will have access to all your homework assignments. However, you will not have access to this ebook right here. So you can access your ebook here, or you can access your ebook up here, but that's only if you have paid that fee for WebAssign. Now, during the free trial period, you will have access to your homework assignment, so that's the good news if you haven't paid for it yet. But until you pay that $85, you will not have access to the ebook. Alright, here's the information for the ISBN number if you would like to purchase a hard copy of the textbook, but again, that's optional. The ebook is included in that $85 fee, and that $85 fee also includes your homework, access to your homework, and some of your quiz assignments. Of course, all e-college online course materials are delivered through Blackboard, so it's very important that you learn how to access that. Lawson State's website contains all the information you need to know how to access Blackboard, Student Suite, email. So all you have to do is just go to Lawson's website and look for that information on the website. Computer and internet requirements. Do not register for an e-college course if you fall in these situations. You do not have access to a computer 24/7. So that won't be good if you don't have access at home to the internet and a computer. If you don't have reliable internet service, so it won't be a good idea as well to take an online course. If you can only use an iPad or iPhone or some other tablet, that's not a good idea, because sometimes you cannot upload certain assignments through iPad, or you can't see certain information through a tablet. So if you only have an iPad, then it's not a good idea. You need to purchase a laptop if possible through the bookstore. Some other items: you need to know how to send an email, and you need to be comfortable working on a computer. You need to have a basic understanding of Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, for example. We will use PowerPoint in the course. You are familiar with how to attach documents. You need basic typing, computer keyboard skills, and you definitely need to be good at following directions, especially written instructions. Here are some of the course student learning outcomes. You can read that on your own. And I also outline all of the units for the course. So each unit corresponds to a week. So unit 1 corresponds to the first week, and the assignments for week 1. For example, you need to complete the required steps under the Start Here button. And if you haven't already watched the Navigating Blackboard video, go ahead and watch that video. There's an accompanying quiz, so make sure you complete that. Read section 3.4 of your textbook, view video on factoring, complete homework assignment for section 3.4, and watch the words of advice video. So that's an example of the assignments for week 1, but I've pretty much outlined all of the weeks. So this is like a quick reference guide if you would like to look to make sure that you have done everything you needed to do. But keep in mind that assignments are subject to change. Additional topics may be required for this course. This is only an overview of the topics and assignments covered in the course, and I may change some things depending on assignments that I think may be better. So you need to really go through the weekly assignments tab, which is under instructional materials. That would actually be best for you to go under this tab and click on the folder for this particular week. For example, this week from this particular semester, January 9th through the 15th, for example, you'll click on that and it will outline everything you need to do for the week. It's very important that every tab that you see there's a folder icon by, please click on those. Even if it's not a folder by, see if you can click it and if it will lead to anything else, because that's very important. You don't need to miss any of these items. Every week you need to click on these folders just to make sure you completed all of your assignments. Alright, what follows next is basically the evaluation and assessment details. The midterm is worth 25% of your grade. It will be proctored via ProctorU. You will not be allowed to use book notes or other resources during the test. These exams can be taken only once. Any forms of cheating during the test will cost you up to 100% of your score. So if you don't understand how ProctorU works, that information can be found under the ProctorU tab. So you would go to Test Proctoring ProctorU tab, which is under Assessment and Grades. If you want to know what equipment you need in order to sign up for ProctorU, in order to have a test proctored correctly. Your homework is worth 20% of your grade. I use the Emporium method, and I said the Emporium method will be implemented in this course, which requires that you make a minimum score of 80%. So in order to advance to the next homework section, I need you to show me that you have mastered the previous section. And you do that by making an 80 or above. And I'll give you so many chances to get that 80, so make sure you don't use, I don't have enough chances. I give you plenty of chances in order to get that 80. So get the 80 and you can advance to the next section. Of course, I want to see all 100s on your homework assignments, but if you're really struggling with a concept, if you get to that 80, then I'll allow you to go to the next section. And I also allow you to do your homework in advance. So let's say only 3.4 is due for the first week. You don't have to just do 3.4. As long as you get the 80 on 3.4, you can go to 3.5. You can move on to 3.6. If you wanted to, you can complete all your homework assignments in the first month of class. Alright, so I don't restrict you from going to the next homework assignment. As long as you understand the material, you can advance to the next level. Quizzes are worth 20% of your grade. Some quizzes are on WebAssign, some quizzes are on Blackboard. So make sure you go to the quizzes and exams tab to determine what type of quiz you have for a particular week. So if you go to the to-do list, it'll tell you if you have a certain type of quiz that for that particular week. Alright, discussion boards. These assignments are worth, and other assigned activities are worth 10% of your grade. I actually require that you complete the discussion board each week in advance, somewhere around the middle of the week. I use the discussion boards as attendance, confirmation of attendance for that week. So discussion boards are due on Thursdays at 11:59 p.m. for spring and fall semesters. But if you are taking the Math 100 online course in the summer, the discussion board is due Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. So note that if this is a spring or fall semester, then your discussion board is due on Thursday at 11:59 p.m. only if you want to be marked present for that week. And we all know that may have financial aid implications. So if you definitely want to be marked present, please complete your discussion board in advance for my class. That's not necessarily true for all online classes, but that's the one assignment that I'll look for to see if you completed that assignment for your attendance. So that just helps me to just look in one spot. You completed your discussion board, and then you'll be marked present for the week. Final exam will worth another 25% of your grade, and of course it will be proctored via ProctorU as well. Alright, of course you have to make a 70 or above in order to pass this course. These are not passing at Lawson State. If you receive an I grade for any reason at the end of the course, please contact me as soon as possible. And I usually only give I's if, for example, you've been doing really well throughout the course, you're passing, and for some reason you signed up for your final exam, but for some reason you didn't take it, and something happened, and you have an excuse, then I usually may give an I in those cases. Alright, I'm going to allow you to look over the syllabus and read it yourself, and just remember that a syllabus quiz follows after you read all of the details of the syllabus. Remember again, no makeup work is allowed. You need to pay for WebAssign as soon as possible, and we do not meet for this course. That's very important. If you have questions about anything, you can always email me again at sthomas@lawsonstate.edu.